here's Brody Brazil.
Well, first off, I appreciate you for even clicking on this video and having any interest in my personal and professional life. As you may know, I took a new job starting here in 2025, working for the San Jose Sharks. It's been great so far. It's only been 2 weeks so far, but it's been exciting already. More on that in just a second. I'm going to share with you eventually some of the first things I've done on the team platforms, and I'll put the links down below so that you can make sure you make their channels part of your regular viewing habit. That's really what this is all about, is to share some of my first work and hopefully give you just a little bit of a teaser here so you go check it out over there. But I also wanted to say a couple things here before we get started with that. The main question people have been asking me, well, how's it going so far? I mean, it's only been 2 weeks so far. Obviously, I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. It's why I took this job. And to be around this team for 15, 16 years, and then to maybe get away from it, but now to only come back to it, it has felt so heartwarming. And to cover the games, to be at the practices, to interview the players, this is the stuff I've always been passionate about. And even though it's a little bit different and in a different format than most people are accustomed to seeing me in, I'm enjoying the new opportunities, the new platforms, the new mediums. I really think there is a sense of direction here, and there's a lot of potential in the future moving forward. So all of that excites me. But what I really wanted to say was thank you for all the support and all of you who are already checking these videos out and sharing them and commenting on them. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. I'd be putting forth my best effort every single time anyway, because that's just my passion and that's what I do. But the fact that so many of you have been supportive about my initial work, it just means the world to me, and I wanted to make sure that you actually knew that here on the YouTube channel. So let's get into some of the things I've done already. One of my first conversations was with Sharks head coach Ryan Warsofsky. We had this interesting chat about Macklin Celebrini. You know, when I watch him on the bench between shifts, he touches the iPad, I think, more than any other Shark. And the tablets are relatively new, but man, he's got it in his hands and he's constantly using it. Yeah. You ever peek over his shoulder and see what he's looking at specifically?
Yeah, every once in a while. And sometimes it's like, Mac, put the iPad away.
Really?
Yeah, it's a little bit... there's a balance in my belief of how much to look at the iPad. Are you looking at the iPad to see how much you missed the net by, or are you looking at the iPad to see where you lost F3 or your body positioning on a D-zone coverage clip or whatnot? So there's a balance to when to use it and when not to use it.
You'd rather see him looking at X's and O's versus justifying what just did or didn't happen. I totally understand.
At times you're going to miss the net. You know, at times you're not going to find your where you shot the puck where you wanted to do and where you wanted to go. So there's a balance to it. The game happens really fast. There's going to be mistakes made. So I think there's going to be a big balance to that.
You know, I've been really impressed by Ryan Warsofsky, and as much as the Sharks' young players are helped turning things around and they'll get a large amount of the credit, this is the youngest head coach right here in the National Hockey League. It's his first time as an NHL head coach. He's done this job at different levels, but not at the NHL level before. And everything he says and does, again, it's a small sample size. We're talking about just a half season so far, but I really get that instinctual sense that he's going to be here and do very well for a very long period of time. And I think the same can be said for Yaroslav Askarov. We had this chat about him always smiling and seeming to enjoy his experience in San Jose. But I've been noticing like this is your thing. Is this the hand to the ear? Is that kind of your signature celebration? Is that your move?
It's kind of like, whatever. Like, I did a few times before, but just because I saw we had a lot of fans on the game.
Right. That's an easy visual. Like if I'm doing this, I want to hear you.
Yeah,
right?
I want to hear it. Yeah.
I love it. I mean, I can tell already whether it's been this season in games or practices or social media or even you're smiling in this interview. Most people look at me and they don't want to smile during this. Is that just you? Are you just a naturally happy guy? Or is part of it that you're happy to be here in San Jose? Or all the above?
It's overall probably. Probably this year most you see like the most smiling Asky what I've ever seen in my life. Probably.
Right now.
Yeah.
So that it's a product of.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Right?
So like you've never been.
I've never been like
this.
Like this. Yeah.
Right now. Okay.
I tried but like right now,
So it's probably because of the situation.
It's not a fake. Yeah, it's like
it's not fake.
That's how I feel right now.
Okay, 2 mistakes I made here. One in the interview was talking over him too much. I apologize, and next time I'll do better with that. But the camera cut away. Was I wearing this same shirt in that interview also? Bad planning by Brazil. But no, Asky's great. Again, the interaction with players, I've really enjoyed this part of the job so far. I mean, and really, this is the part I kind of signed up for. So hopefully I can help translate and bring more of their human side to Sharks coverage on their media platforms. I've loved Askarov in the games where he's been brought up and played. He's been exceptional as one of the Sharks' new goaltenders. I've also really enjoyed the free agent signing of Tyler Toffoli. He's on a 4-year deal in San Jose, and again, as much as this is about rebuilding for the future, he's here in the present as a great leader, and the contract he's on right now should take him to the 1,000-game mark. The 4-year contract here in San Jose, like this would take you through the 1,000-game mark. What would the silver stick mean to you to accomplish that in 1,000 games played in the NHL?
Yeah, no, I think that's one of the things that that's the reason why I wanted a 4-year contract. Wherever I was going to be was to get there, and for me to hit 1,000 games would be incredible. I had a lot of doubters from the first day I went to the OHL, and people saying I can't skate, and I don't care enough, and blah blah blah. And I think that would kind of be the ultimate icing on the cake, in a sense of, obviously I want to win another Stanley Cup, and I see the future being really bright here, but having won a Stanley Cup, 1,000 games would be, kind of the finishing moment for me.
And I can't wait to see it for Tyler Toffoli. And again, by the way, I'm showing you clips of these interviews, the full thing, right? The full things are available at the links down below in the description of this video. That's what I'm here for, is to share that work, give you just a little sample and a taste here in case you're not watching it on the Sharks channels. Go make sure you do that after watching just the little clips here. Okay, so we've talked to a lot of San Jose people between Warsofsky and Askarov and Toffoli, but one of the other things I wanted to bring to the table of Sharks coverage is the external perspective, like media pundits from across the country, from across the continent. And one of the first people I sought after was Jeff Marek. I've always appreciated his work in covering the National Hockey League and other hockey leagues across the globe. And so Jeff and I had this chat about how kind of watching the Sharks is fun all over again.
I look at Askarov almost like a luxury item right now for the San Jose Sharks. Like, you're not supposed to have that kind of goalie already as you're developing this team. They're either, buried in the minors, or you're hoping that one of your picks turns into something significant. And, and you're right, like flat out, he's a fun goaltender to watch. Like he really is. He's a fun goaltender to watch. He's great interviews. Macklin Celebrini himself is a great interview as well. So some really cool personalities as well that I think I should really point out on the San Jose team. Like, one of the things that's hard to achieve is likability as a team. Mm-hmm. And right now, and again, it's early and the Sharks seem like they're having fun. I know the losses are tough, but right now it's a likable team. Like, there's some other teams that are rebuilding right now that don't seem very likable. That, like, they don't even seem like they're really enjoying being around one another. Right. The San Jose Sharks look like really very, very much so look like a likable team to me.
Likable players in San Jose, definitely not likable broadcasters. We've always been working on that part. Randy Hahn calling on line 1. I'll get myself off the screen here. But no, I appreciate Jeff Marek. Actually, Drew would probably call me first. I appreciate Jeff, and I'm going to reach out to more of my connections on the national level. I keep saying national, but most of them are Canadian. You understand what I'm saying. To try and have them add their perspectives on what's going on with the Sharks season. That's something that I don't think we've really ever got before in watching or following or covering a Sharks season. So that's one of my ambitions. I've got several other things, ideas on the table. They're actually right now in an Excel spreadsheet, but hopefully those will be unveiled and underway as the course of this regular season continues on. We're here in the second half. I'm just joining it midstream, but hopefully trying to change everything about the coverage of the San Jose Sharks. So thank you for your support. Please check out those videos. I really appreciate you watching them and this, and let me know what you think about all this in the comment section down below of this video. Thumbs up here on this channel greatly helps me, this channel, and this video. And make sure, one more thing, make sure you're subscribing to my channel right here, right now, so I can definitely see you back here next time.